Same thing with Civil War reenacting. You don't think I want to do that?
You're done to that?
You don't think I'd love to march in a line?
Yeah.
I would love it. Give me some fife. Give me some drums. Don't start, dude. Who just whistled like that? Do not get me going.
Play dead, dude. How long would you play dead for?
I'd play dead as long as I need to. I'd get hit right away. And I'd lay the rest of the battle. I would act so hard so that everybody could have fun. I would pretend my hardest.
Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta. That's the thing too, though. You gotta be humble when you're LARPing.
True.
You gotta be willing to be the guy who gets shot and lays.
Yeah.
The guys that are just going through it like, nah, you didn't get me.
Yeah.
Dude, it'd be so funny.
Don't make me actually bayonet you, dude.
If you're down in Virginia, they're doing like a serious reenactment, and you got shot, but then you came back to life and ruined the whole production and kept going.
Like, I'm actually from the future. I have machine guns.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I'm a robot.
I'm a robot. Doesn't count.
I'm robot knight. I'm a robot knight.
You came down like the Green Goblin.
Dude, I think it was an Eric Andre sketch. They got it right. They just had them dressed as slaves running across a Civil War reenactment. And everybody got upset. They were runaway slaves.
Oh my god!
And they ruined it. They ruined the honky fun.
Yeah, it's actually
That
really
is
funny.
pretty funny.
But yeah, we went there. Me and Shane were just like honoring the troops from the 1800s. And
Wait, you were honoring the troops the
yeah,
whole time?
Yeah, I was, dude.
You didn't do one dope move.
Just because I'm doing parkour doesn't mean I don't love this country. So I did a little parkour on this scene just to honor the troops, and you know.
I believe you called it a park tour.
It was a park tour for sure.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, man, people were pissed. People thought you're being a bugaboo to the point where they were like, "Where the fuck's the mayor at?"
Google that real quick. Wait, they tried to just like bring in the other black guy. That's what they tried.
Yeah,
they were. Yeah, they hated you. They were like, "Bring back Lemaire."
Yeah,
Lemaire would have enjoyed his time there.
Not deep down inside though. He'd have felt like he'd have been conflicted.
What's the conflict?
What? I don't understand the confliction.
It's the Civil War. It's not. It's never been thought of as positive for us. Like,
that'd be like me.
Even if it's cool. I mean, no. I get the face. I get the. I get the face.
Remember that last part?
Especially that specific.
Dude,
especially
you remember who won?
Battle. Like that battle was.
Are you
like,
pissed the South lost? Or I could see if we took you through like a tour of the Vietnam jungle, being like, I don't know about this one. It was a Civil War, dude. Dude, did you see the thing? How much love I gave the CTs, dude?
You were giving the CTs love, but then when we got there, the guides acted like CTs were a myth.
Yeah, they were fucking.
I think you just misnamed them.
I googled it since. It's the U.S. CTs, United States Colored Troops.
That's pretty funny.
It is.
Yeah.
And he had no idea.
Well, that wasn't his area of expertise. You can't hold.
Also, they weren't there. They weren't doing shit at Antietam.
True. Only Matthew Broderick, their general.
What the hell's going on here? That's what I thought.
It's a peeping Tom.
That's
I want a Civil War
period.
comedy.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Civil War
I
comedies.
need a good Civil War comedy, dude. I don't have the end of it, but two guys get drafted. They're like horse thieves. They're idiots, and then they get drafted, or they get arrested. And like, you can either join the union or you go to jail. So then they have to join the union. They're the only dudes that are like normal dudes. Everyone else is like an old Civil War movie. Like, come on, men, forward. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
What's happening?
Yeah, just with some gratuitous violence.
That's not bad. Like in
Two normal dudes.
Asheville, North Carolina. Have you all ever been there before?
No.
It's a pretty awesome town, but they have all these like hot springs and stuff around there. And that, during the Civil War, they would send soldiers who were injured there to like just chill and recuperate. Nice. And I was like, you've never seen a Civil War movie just about dudes that are just like fucking chilling in hot springs while all the fighting's going on the front line, I was like, that's the end. That's the Civil War movie.
That'd be tough to get out of that. That'd be tough to get out of that hot tub.
Yeah, man.
It's like back to the Civil War. Oh, that reminds me. I got to address that. My Civil War movie's been made.
What?
Whitest Kids, yeah. They made it already. Almost exactly.
What's it called?
Civil War on Drugs.
So they're just on drugs the whole time?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but
Civil War sober.
Sober this time.
Civil War sober.
But it's just a comedy in the Civil War. All right, nice. I'm back.
That's
We're
what
back.
I'm saying.
My dream movie is back.
Did you? What's the premise of their movie?
It looks like a buddy comedy in the Civil War.
Yeah, that's not bad.
What the hell? Why not?
Dude, as
Yeah,
soon as
you know
go
who
into
actually might be the man?
Who?
Custer.
Hell yeah. The guy who killed all those Indians?
Yeah. Indians killed him.
Did they kill?
Yeah. So,
He could have.
You didn't see the full footage.
I think he could have lassoed them, and
He could have lassoed a couple, but they ended up. He's got him pretty good.
that was his last stand, right?
He had a last stand. He was standing.
So he was just
Sitting
like,
Bull fucking got his ass. Sitting Bull rules. Custer actually rules. A lot of people don't know Custer's the man because there's there's that version of history where it's like any white imperial man is bad. And it's like, nah, dude, that guy fucking ruled.
Custer
Custer
slaps.
Custer slaps, dude. They're like, he finished last in his class at West Point. He was an arrogant dickhead. It's like, bro, he was having fun. He was first off, I'm reading about Custer, and I'm like, psh, me and Custer are pretty much the same, dude. Just Mr. Cool, dude. Just Mr. Cools, bro. No, Custer was like hot. Well, he wasn't hot. He kind of looked like Ben Foster, Hell or High Water.
Okay.
The crazy brother?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like him with like long hair. Baller, dude.
Hot.
Baller.
It's hot as hell.
He did some arrogant shit, though. After the Civil War, when they won the war, Grant hated him. My dog, Grant.
Yeah.
Ulysses?
Yeah.
How do you
Why
say
do you
his
hate Custer?
name? How do you say
Ulysses?
There you go.
Ulysses?
Nope. The
Ulysses.
first one. Yeah.
Ulysses.
I was trying to remember how you said it.
No, I used to call him
Ulysses.
I used to call him Ulysses.
Ulysses.
So Ulysses or Ulysses. I used to call Ulysses Grant.
I think the S and yeah. So on the parade on the way to the White House in D.C., they were having a post fucking Super Bowl parade.
Yeah.
Boys were walking down. Grant was out front. Everyone's like, Grant's the fucking man. All of a sudden, Custer's horse just took off to the front of the line, and everyone was like, Custer! And Grant was like, that fucking bitch, dude. Who does that?
That must be so funny.
Who does that?
So he raced his
And
horse.
then Custer was like, my horse freaked out in the parade. I couldn't control it. And then they were like, dude, you're literally the best cavalryman. You're the best horseman in the country.
So he made the parade all about him. But he stunted on the parade.
Custer stunted. Custer stunted hard, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
But he saved Gettysburg.
Mm-hmm.
Saved it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Did
That was
he really?
General Custer. All right? He was 23. And he ranked all the way up to brigadier general. 23 years old.
Yeah.
That's some kind of stuff.
Lemaire Snopes that if Custer saved Gettysburg.
Saved Gettysburg, dude.
Snopes like
Jeb
actually he did it.
Stewart also fly.
Yeah.
Jeb Stewart was the Confederate cavalryman.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of Custer's. They were both dudes that kept it 100. They both were fly, dude. Cowboy hats, feathers, fucking all the gallantry. And then Jeb Stewart, who fucked up Gettysburg for Lee, was trying to sneak in behind him, the Confederate cavalry.
Yeah.
Not if Custer has anything to say about it.
What happened?
Custer came out. He got the fucking Michigan boys fired up. They were outnumbered 4-1. Got the Michigan cavalry. He said, "Come on, you Wolverines!" and charged in there. We got a gay bitch.
Excuse me.
Fuck.
Excuse you. So we got the Michigan boy. He fired up.
He got the Michigan boys fired
Kyle
up. He said,
Rittenhouse.
"Come on."
He got the Kyle Rittenhouse.
He got the
fired
Kyle
up.
boys. Dude, also, this is, speaking of fat guys doing things, this is very funny. I was watching, trying to watch,
Is KH fat?
bro, Kyle.
KR fat?
Yeah, he's a little chubby.
Chubby?
I literally got called him. Every single person that saw Kyle Rittenhouse was like, that was you, right? Yeah. I tried to watch Gods and Generals. I think that's the name of it. Mm-hmm. It's the other there was Gettysburg. You remember the movie Gettysburg?
Yeah.
They made another one called, I think it's called Gods and Generals. Same cast, mostly, but it's about like, it's the most like, it's just like Confederate propaganda. That was just like a movie in the 90s.
That came out.
It's hilarious.
The Confederates.
It was
like
all
Confederates
about how
rule.
fucking sick the Confederates were about, like, we love this country and God and all. Virginia is my country, sir. And then just like, slavery is not good, but I love my country of Virginia. Like every single Confederate, and it's like, I'm actually pretty good friends with my slaves. Like, it's fucking crazy. And then
That whole no reading thing. I don't follow it.
They have like Stonewall Jackson in the movie.
I can't read either.
Yeah, he's like Stonewall Jackson's like best friends with his slave in the movie.
Is he really?
Yeah, and he's like at one point in the movie, he's like, "Hold my hand, Jasper," whatever ridiculous name he
takes off
Mr.
his-
Pebbles, hold my hand, man. I respect that I won't let ride a horse. Hold my hand, and then he's like, "Let's pray together, Lord, end this scourge of slavery." Like, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck is this?
Lord
But,
bless these people I own.
Someday, let me, not be afraid to take a loss financially and free them. But what was making me laugh was they had a ton of reenactors for
I was
the.
hearing him saying his prayers. He sees Mexicans. He was like, "What?
Lord, you heard my prayer and sent me these Mexicans.
How much were they? What? $3?
Pretty much free. Perfect. And I don't have to feel guilty.
They just give him NAFTA, and he was like, "What?"
Thank you, Joe Biden, for giving us NAFTA and freeing us.
We can use other people's slaves.
What's that? You enforce the crime bill?
So now we can use slaves again in prison? Thank you, Joe Biden. But you did a TikTok dance when you talked to Cardi B? Oh, no guilt to you. But, fucking, what was making me laugh is they use reenactors in both of these movies, in Gettysburg and in Gods and Generals. They use, because, they didn't really have good CGI in the 90s, so they just literally had full reenactments of these battles. But the only people that do reenactments are fat dudes. So for some reason, like
with ponytails,
like all the actors are like historically kind of accurate. Like they look like the generals they're portraying. They're like skinny because everybody back then was fucking skinny.
Yeah.
Nobody was fat.
Yeah.
Especially in the South.
You got to be like a millionaire.
Yeah. And which is hilarious because in like 2 generations, everybody in the South is fat.
Yeah.
It took like 2 generations from like skinny farm boys to just obese.
It's high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, they got fucked, dude.
Yeah, dude, we're people. There's like that's another epidemic.
But yeah, when you get to watch the movie, fat. Trump's taking care of fat, dude. If you're never gonna watch this fucking movie, but
I'm gonna check it out for real.
If
you're telling me it's all fat people and like
so
hot
crazy.
generals with like cool beards. And
but then they show the battle line, and it's all just fat dudes like. But then before they go off to battle, it's like their Southern mothers and they're fucking in the parlor. Like, I quilted you this flag, Henry. I love you and defend this country of Kentucky. He's like, I will, Mama. I'll come back in one piece now. Then they run off. They're like, we got to defend slavery. It's pretty great. Well, the real problem with the boozing this weekend, the thing that I lost the most, was I got home. I brought my laptop on this trip, and I tried to complete the Battle of Gettysburg. I've been playing the Civil War game. I've literally played every battle up until Gettysburg. And then I got hammered, and I led the boys into a slaughter, dude. I was like blacked out. I was like, welcome charge.
You're lessies, dude.
I fully granted out, and I got blacked out for battle. It just got worked.
What?
Yeah, man.
Are you playing the game you were saying you needed a PC for, or are you still playing a different game?
No, it's a different game. It's not War of
So you
Rights.
blacked out and led your men to death?
I let the Confederates take Round Top.
So do you wake up that next morning and see the carnage?
That's
and you're just like, my God.
Oh, all those good boys out there on the battlefield.
I love that being part of your hangover. Like, what have I done?
My boys.
It's just holding your own gloves.
Papa John's, I need you here immediately.
Oh, Papa. The boys have gone to the grave early.
Send garlic butter.
I need your sweet garlic. Yeah, dude. At the end
Leave that little pepper.
At Gettysburg, I was basically Pickett. George Pickett led the charge, and all his men got killed. And Robert E. Lee was like, round your men up. And he's like, but sir, I have no brigade. Dude, I woke up and just hit a full, like, my brigade is gone, sir. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's one of the
Those
most.
are 2 rough ones.
I'll be thinking about that all week.
Blacking out and sending my guys. Dude, guys were out of ammo. I was like, stay and fight.
Are you playing against a computer?
Yeah.
It'd be so much funnier to think of another person who's sober playing. Like, what the fuck?
What is this guy doing?
What the fuck?
There's one thing about the Civil War people often get wrong. It wasn't those doctors weren't that bad. Like everybody likes to think of a Civil War doctor as just sawing your fucking lip. Don't get me wrong, they did a fucking ton of that.
Yeah, it's stunk.
But like the stereotype's always like a guy that's like, here, drink some whiskey, we'll saw this.
Yeah.
It's like they were actually doing a pretty good job back then for
Yeah.
what they had and what they knew.
Dude, they used to do this shit where they drill a hole in your brain. Everything that like sounded crazy, it's like they still use it. They'll do that for people for like head injuries. They'll just fucking drill a little hole and
Get some
pressure
fluid
let the
out,
fluid out and fucking still do it.
Yeah.
Pretty tight. Leeches, holes in the brain.
Leeches better than horses. Leeches?
Leeches killed our first president.
You think so?
Leeches killed George Wash?
Well, technically, they
It was
bloodlet him.
pneumonia.
They bloodlet him, and that's why he died. Not the pneumonia, loss of blood.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Look into it.
I can't wait to debunk you. That's my new career.
Do it. Do it.
I'm just gonna debunk horses here shortly.
What do you think General
can't.
George Washington would have liked the best?
What his favorite animal was?
Yeah.
He probably loved his horse.
Spudman,
Legendary.
Woodman, and you. That's the 3 days of Gettysburg. You come down to Gettysburg. It's a fine town. Rolling hills. You could never imagine a battle this fierce would be fought here. But it surely was. Many boys gave their lives to a greater cause. Cause you and I probably couldn't understand.
You should just that's a new rule too. You should read it in that voice.
I have to only read it. That's literally everything on the Civil War is like, now Robert E. Lee, he said, it's always
just
Shelby
Jeff
Foote.
Bridges.
Just Shelby Foote just being like, there was an owl in the tree and it was going to who. And one of the privates was so disheveled, he said, Sergeant, it's me. This guy, Shelby Foote is king, dude. He is one. I was doing that on stage for a little. The fucking. He's like before Pickett.
Dude,
Yeah, that's the guy that was fibbing, dude. He's like before Pickett's charge, a rabbit raced out before the men, and one of the soldiers said, "Boy, I'd love to be that rabbit." He said, "If I was a rabbit, I'd be getting two." Like that. Like, God damn it, dude! I'm trying to learn something. Stop making up fucking stories.
Yeah, stop making cute stories up, dude. How about?
But yo, let me tell you about Sickles.
Come on, give it
I think I've actually brought him up before. Anyway, there's a guy for the North you would like.
Yeah.
You'd be a fan. Although he was a Yankee politician. He was a politician, so a lot of people
It got a
didn't
little
like
bit
him,
of that in me.
but
Go
he
ahead.
did shoot his wife's lover in front of everybody.
Nice.
In the street, he murdered a guy, and then he was the first temporary insanity. They like invented that rule for him. They were like, you're fine.
Yeah, like come on.
You just lost your shit for a minute. Doesn't count.
The guy was fucking around.
Anyway, pretty cool story.
He must have been so
Sickles.
well liked to pull that off.
Yeah, but then he
so popular.
was kind of a dick. He almost cost the North Battle of Gettysburg.
Don't tell me that, dude. I'm gonna hate this guy.
He became a dickhead. He
Did he
advanced
really?
his men out further than the line, the
was
line
a
they were
cuck-
supposed to hold.
Cuckold.
He got in his defense, he did dominate
True.
the bull who
True.
cucked him.
He shot the guy.
He murdered him in the street and
That'd
then
be a
walked.
cool genre porn of a guy being like, coming in like, no, actually, I don't like this anymore.
If you were gonna do Gettysburg in chunks like you talked about, you prep it in like a 5-part thing.
No, I'd probably do the 3 days of Gettysburg.
3 days of
Yeah,
Gettysburg.
just to honor the
Yeah.
actual battle
Yeah.
itself. That's,
Yeah.
that's what I would, personally,
Yes.
I would keep it.
Absolutely.
How long was the Battle of Gettysburg?
3 days.
Like, you should have 3 days worth
Yeah.
of podcasting. Be tight.
Oh, you mean like chronologically do it? Just
Yeah.
be like, at this point,
Yep.
Buford's men were holding the ground as long as they could.
24-hour episodes with just long pauses.
The rebels, when they arrived at Gettysburg, they said, that must just be townsmen, some militia. Turns out it was Buford's cavalry. And what's that in the woods there? The unmistakable black caps of the Iron Brigade from Minnesota. Those boys know how to fight. General, we're going to have a hell of a fight here. There's going to be a dust-up.
Napoleon assumed that the South would win the Civil War eventually. That there would be Europe always bet on the South because the South was a aristocratic America. It was about plantations and old families, and that's a European. And they loved Europe in the South. The North was always against Europe and wanting to start something new. So during the Civil War. So Maximilian was just a Habsburg. But the way kings worked back then, there were some royalty factories. So the Habsburg family, who I think were like Flemish or whatever the fuck, they just had like somebody, a cousin of a king. They went, Maximilian and his wife, they're like, you guys take Mexico. So Napoleon sent French troops to Mexico and installed Maximilian, but then
Which is what Cinco de Mayo is.
Yes, and then the Mexicans finally overran because when we lost the Civil War, when we lost the Civil War, I don't know what made me say that. No, when the South lost the Civil War, Napoleon was like, all right, fuck this.
Well,
And
wait,
he just-
Napoleon was gone for this.
or whoever the French
Yes,
pulled their
yes.
well, there was like 3 Napoleons.
Oh, true.
I think it was a later Napoleon.
Wow. Yes.
Pulled support,
Yeah.
and Maximilian they beheaded him.
Fuck.
They fed peyote to his wife and sent her home. And there's some little village somewhere in like the Netherlands where they tell you like she's gonna come get you because she would run in the streets. She went insane. She would run the streets screaming. And they tell kids if you don't get to sleep because she comes out at night. If you don't go to sleep, she's gonna come get
God.
you. So
Yeah,
that's
she
how
must
far.
have-
That's how far in Mexico.
Dude, if
I'm
they-
sorry to derail you,
No,
but
that's
so
crazy. No, that's
so
great.
Zachary. So you were still at Polk
No,
and then Taylor.
Polk, but still. So one thing that was cool was when Polk was instigating this war with Mexico.
You got to cut that part where I say we lost.
No,
You have
that's
to
good.
cut that. I don't
That's
know what
good. You
made me say
corrected
that.
it. All right, so now we're at Fillmore. The thing that sucks about fucking Taylor dying is he was like kind of a beast that could have maybe prevented the Civil War that was looming.
And then Fillmore was just a schlub.
Fillmore was a schlub. He signed. This is where it all starts to fuck up. Every single one of these guys up to Lincoln is just fucking up immensely. He wanted to sign
the buck and passing the buck.
So Taylor was offered to sign the Compromise of 1850, which was some shit about one slave state, one regular, or they get to decide, shit like that. As soon as fucking Taylor died, Fillmore takes over and signs it. Southerners were mad that California would join as a free state. Northerners were mad about the fugitive slave law. So they both compromised and were both pissed. Fugitive slave law was if you find a slave in the North, there's U.S. Marshals that'll catch them and bring them back to the South.
You have to help them get them back.
And
really?
there were dudes that were just like grabbing black people. Be like, got him. Where's my bounty? So
That's
it was
how the
it was
12
bad.
years a slave guy got taken.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, he was a free Northerner who
Somebody
just
just
got
kidnapped
grabbed by
him.
one of those
Yeah.
guys.
Damn.
It was bad.
Happened all the time.
He was the last member of the Whig Party. They didn't run him a second term. Here comes Franklin Pierce. He was pals with Jackson, son of a Revolutionary War hero. He's from the North, but he was pro-slavery. They thought this was going to work. 2 months before this is crazy. 2 months before his inauguration, he and his family were in a train crash, and the only casualty was his 11-year-old son.
Damn.
So his entire time in office, he's blacked out, drunk, and depressed. He's the saddest guy of all time. He's not listening. His kid just died. His wife blamed him for the death constantly. She was like, we should have never been on that train. You just had to be the fucking president.
Oh,
You
man.
gave birth to him, bitch.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
You were on the train. You had fun.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
So he's there. During Pierce, they do the Transcontinental Railroad. This is like the real. This is a fuck up for the North wants it to be from Chicago to L.A. or one of those places out west. The South wants it to be from Atlanta to L.A. In order to get it done, they have to get rid of the Missouri Line Compromise, which made it nothing north or south of here was the slave line. They decided to make it so every new territory got to decide themselves. They got to vote in order to get the Transcontinental Railroad. So this opened.
Every single thing we did to build this nation ran into this slave problem.
Yes.
Every single thing we tried to do was like, yeah, but the fucking north-south slave slave states, non-slave states.
Jesus.
We need to build a railroad across. That's the first interstate
Yes.
thing. The first interstate objective.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that you need a federal government. It's why the federal government got stronger and stronger. Because every state gets to do their own thing, but you want to take a fucking train from one to the other, these two states have to make a compromise. Everyone was afraid that Lincoln was going to just immediately free the slaves and start war with the South. And his first inauguration, he says, first thing out of his mouth is, I have no intention of freeing the Southern slaves or changing their slave laws. And yes, we will chase down and bring you back your slaves when they come up here within reason. He puts like a tiny thing of like, we're not going to like make it our obsession, but we will do it. Like, it's the first thing out of his mouth.
That's what bothers me about people that are critics of him hang on to that. And they're like, Lincoln didn't want to do it. It's like, dude, the whole time that's what he wanted.
Of course he did. That's what, again, it goes all the way back to the framers. They all wanted this to be a better country than it was. So they knew they couldn't create a nation without slavery. So they said, let's create a nation where people can change peacefully. They can change not only leadership, but the laws. Create a situation where people figure it out for themselves and move forward and change, instead of like a constitution could have been a very permanent thing. It could have been a very solid, permanent thing, but they actually made it elastic on purpose. And that's, Lincoln was like, we'll do it, guys.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We need some fucking time. And boy, what it cost is crazy. And a lot of people who didn't want slavery were really angry at Lincoln for how hard he pushed that war, and that he didn't just settle it. Just let the South do whatever they want. We have our free blacks here. Let them take their chances down there. You're killing millions, or however many fucking, I don't know how many people it was. Like 250,000 people died in the Civil War.
Yeah, probably around there.
Something like about how many we killed in Iraq in a day.
Yeah,
pretty much.
True.
Yeah, for doing nothing.
Less than Middle Eastern civilians.
Yeah. Measure it in like Persian weddings.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, Lincoln's the best.
He was really something. I mean, it just took a lot of political guts, a lot of fuck.
Yeah.
This is gonna
Just
suck.
trying to talk to these fucking cunts from the South.
That must be nuts.
that it's just like clearly this is for money. You know it's wrong.
Yep.
You know it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's dude, it's 1865.
Well, it was the ultimate time.
1860. They know it's wrong.
Well, and folks not wanting to say that shit's wrong.
Yeah.
And him like not making them say it, but getting them to just one guy at a time. He would just go around, get support here, get support there, put muscle in where he had it, and he fought a brutal war, fucking a incessant war.
And he had to wait until he got a victory to fucking announce the Emancipation Proclamation. He was trying so hard to get it out, but his generals kept fucking up and losing. And he would just be writing to these dudes like, "Go,
yeah, please
do it,
get
one." Like, I think he wrote it after Antietam, which was like a draw. He was like, "That's pretty good."
Yeah, he did.
He's like, "That's close enough. Here we go. We're
So then
doing
he's
it."
shot.
Yeah, and then he got his fucking head blown off.
By next to his wife.
Yeah.
And they put a little napkin. That was what they did for him. They put a little napkin back there and hoped, but it was not a good. It was not a very.
He was alive for a while after.
Yeah, that's what
he
I'm saying.
didn't just die right away.
He didn't have to die at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't die right away.
Death.
Really?
Yeah.
Bled to death.
He was like alive in the
He's like, "Can you
hotel
guys
for like
just," and
a
they're
day.
like, "We don't know how to do anything."
Yeah.
Yeah. What play was he saying? Does anyone know?
Fuck, I do know.
What play?
What was the play? It was at the Ford's Theater.
I don't remember the.
I'm curious to see what he was watching.
Yeah, it was something good.
Yeah.
He was fixated.
He was into
It
it.
was
He didn't
Hamilton.
notice the
That's
assassin.
the weird thing. It was Hamilton.
Yeah, it was Hamilton.
Yeah.
He was sitting there like, what was it? Nice. He was sitting there watching it like, I got to pretend to like this.
Yeah.
It was fucking Hamilton.
And then they shot him. And he was like, "Thank God."
This place sucks.
Christ, this shit sucks so bad. So that brings us to Johnson.
So
Who,
Johnson
this is
was
great.
the first guy to be impeached.
Was he impeached? Oh yeah,
First guy to be impeached. Yeah.
Johnson shows up. This is great. He was like a tough guy. He was supposed to be the counteraction to Lincoln.
Well, he's one of the reasons the war was prolonged, because everybody knew if we could just get rid of Lincoln. Johnson was behind him with. There was a deal to be made. It was like don't talk outside the family. He was like, Sonny liked my deal, didn't he? Sonny was hot for my deal. Yeah. Johnson would have fucking settled in a minute.
Johnson started his life as an indentured servant.
No shit.
And worked his way up. How sick is that?
That's impressive.
And then before his inauguration, he got fucked up on whiskey and just couldn't talk. His inauguration, it was in the rain and the mud right after Lincoln got shot. And everyone was like,
first one. He's the one who proved you can impeach a president, but you cannot get the fucking votes. It's a waste of time, and he ends up stronger.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest move in the world. It's vanity.
Yeah.
It's just Congress hates the president. It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't accomplish anything. I don't remember why they went after him. Whatever. He was
Me
very
neither.
corrupt. He was a fucked up guy. I don't. Who knows? It's all shit that I heard because of them. But they impeached him and then failed to get rid of him.
Really?
I know nothing else about him. But
I don't know either.
But then fucking
Grant.
Amazing guy.
Great guy, amazing guy. I feel like his presidency was a bit of a fucking letdown for how cool he was.
I mean, he did so Christing much, this guy.
Oh, true.
Grant.
To help the South, he was pretty good.
What did he do?
Well,
This
and
is-
he was first of all, some people get on him because he owned one slave.
Oh, man.
Because his father-in-law, his wife's father,
Yes.
hated him because he was an abolitionist. I mean, he wasn't like an active abolitionist.
Sure.
But he was against slave, just for not having a slave.
Yeah.
Back then, if you didn't have a slave, you were a dick to certain
Yeah.
people. So
You were like, put on a mask.
Yeah.
You were that guy. You were like, why do you have
exactly.
slaves?
Yeah.
And they're like, why is this guy making me feel uncomfortable?
yeah. So he hated him because he had slaves and he didn't want one. So he gave him one as a wedding present, like to spite him.
What a dick.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
so Grant made the guy his partner, and
Yeah.
they started a little business together, which he then freed the guy and gave him the business.
Yeah. He
made
would
that
go,
guy's
he would go
life.
work with the slaves.
But
He'd
they-
be out there with them working.
Yeah, he.
And then while he was like financially ruined,
Yeah.
he freed his slaves instead of selling them.
But he had one though.
I'm not sure. He might have had one at that
That's
point.
the story. The story I just told you is,
Yeah.
I think, his slave story. I don't think
Yeah.
he had a bunch of them.
He had one slave and he freed him instead of selling them.
But his
And
father-in-law.
and he gave him a business that
Yeah.
he had started with him.
Yeah, his father-in-law history fucked him. He was like, yeah.
That's right.
Here's
Yeah.
slave.
That's right.
Here's slave.
And then he was in
He
the
did,
army.
absolutely.
He was in the army, and he went. One of his first jobs was outpost near San Francisco. It was in the middle of nowhere. There was it was in the desert of California. He was the only one there, and he was a family man. He loved his family.
He missed his bed.
He missed his family so much, and he started just getting drunk. And somebody came to drop the mail and found him passed out drunk. And that was his only experience with alcohol. He was a very rigidly living guy, and he was known as a drunk for the rest of his life.
Really?
There's
Every
arguments.
time he had a political problem, they'd go, he's drinking.
There's arguments. There's rumors he was fucked up at Shiloh.
Because he sat under a tree in the rain. They found him sitting under a tree in the rain outside of a military hospital.
It also is funny because Shiloh, he woke up on day 2 of it.
Yeah.
At like the start of day 2. Or maybe it was the start of day 1 when it started. He was late to get there. So everybody was like, he was hammered. But if he was hammered, that's very funny. To be like, oh shit, there's a war.
After he was
Throughout history, they knew it was bad. Like since the Civil War, they knew morphine. You can't give that to people.
Yes,
because they were giving it to like wives of like soldiers, widows would get addicted to it.
Yeah.
After the Civil War, like soldiers that got banged up and got hurt would start taking it. They got addicted to it. Widows, out of like guilt or like grief, got addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
And people would be like, "Oh, she's got the widower's sickness." It's like, no, she's just nodding off in front of the general store. That was their Wawa, just like
she's just doing like a quilt. Like, I mean, dude, you're
churning butter.
They let that one slip. So you could be literally arguing with a fucking robot online. And then it's like, so again, I don't have all the answers, but I think a lot of it is people have to start winning.
That's a fun night though.
Argue with a robot
Work all day,
winning?
come home and argue with a robot. That's like eventually like, actually, you're right. It's like,
yes, I knew it.
Bedtime.
These are the things I'm passionate about, and you just argue with a fucking like.
Well, actually, I'm very passionate about this subject, so I'm gonna start talking like that about Civil War.
Oh, you should, dude.
Somebody brings up Gettysburg or something, I'll be like, actually, this is something I'm very passionate about.
So
I have a female cat named Marmalade. Like, is she fun to play with? Yes. Does she let you pet her? Yes.
Dude, I gotta fucking.
We can't. I can't ruin it. Anyway, we were just talking about. McKeever and I were discussing a sketch where, and don't write about it. I don't want John to find out I was talking.
Don't
about
ruin it, dude.
Just where I was in Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, dude,
but just like it turns out that I'm actually autistic. Like I try to. One of the ideas is maybe I sneak in to try to get like just lie, like kind of like The Ringer.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that I'm actually just autistic for like the Civil War and video games. Like throughout the sketch, it just becomes very apparent I actually am on the spectrum. We're like, yes.
That'd be hilarious.
Do you actually like the Civil War? Yes, yes, yes. Who's your favorite general? Ulysses S. Grant.
What's wrong with that, dude? What's wrong with saying America's the best?
I mean, dude, Grant
gave him what for?
I mean, they got it too good.
I am done with the southern respect.
Yeah.
Fuck
Were
those
you
boys.
a gentleman there for a while?
Every once in a while, I'll go in phases where I look, if I get into a Civil War phase,
Sip a little iced tea.
I'll go, damn, Stonewall was the man or something like that. Then I got to snap out of it and be like, that was a fucking traitor, dude. That was a fucking traitor.
Yeah, dude.
Lincoln was the bro. Grant and Sherman were the bros.
Yeah.
Custer was the bro.
Yeah. Stonewall has a
John Brown was the bro.
Yeah, man. It's all Union, dude.
John Brown was the bro.
Nah, it's all Union, bro.
Look at that. Father Corby, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, bro.
The bro.
Gabe Davis, bro. All Union. Although I think Gabe's from Florida, but whatever. He's in
Gabe
Buffalo.
Davis has Union colors on, though.
Yeah.
Blue. Buffalo Bills, blue.
Absolutely. I don't know. I always go back to whenever I'm stressed. Like this weekend, I watched Ken Burns' Civil War again.
Mm-hmm.
Always goes back to the Civil War. I'm like, this is great.
Really?
Always.
So when you get stressed out, you seek solace in like Civil War
Just
stuff.
go to the Civil War and learn about it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny. My cousin, I told you before, my cousin got real into the Civil War.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is.
I don't know.
Did you ever, like, while you were watching this stuff, like, did you ever, like, fantasize about being, like, a general in the Civil War?
Absolutely not.
You have never done that?
No.
You never fantasize about battle or anything?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you think about what it might be like, but no. It would always suck.
Yeah. So
There's
you weren't
never a
stoked
time
on
where
it?
I'm watching it. The whole time I'm watching or doing anything with it, I'm like, there's not one moment of this that wouldn't have just sucked ass.
So what do you think you're getting out of it when you go?
I don't know. I think it's like any subject I study. It's if I have that's why I liked history so much because I always knew it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I have a base understanding of something, I can study it pretty easily.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Where'd you get your base understanding of history?
My mom taught 5th grade when I was a kid, and every year they went to Gettysburg.
So you just
I would go on a field trip with her class every year to Gettysburg
as a young
youngster.
man.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yes.
So you were in
from like kindergarten to 5th grade.
You were in
every
utero
year.
on the battlefield,
mm-hmm.
and you're like, "Don't forget."
I was like, "Never forget, dude.
This is the answer."
Pickett's charge. Well, it's cool. Someday you're gonna be depressed and watch a documentary about Pickett's charge. Never forget.
Hey guys, like and subscribe to this video. I'm a fucking YouTuber. I'm a grown man that's a YouTuber because I'm a dumb motherfucker. Click here if you like the content. Peace out.